So I'm with Samantha from ADHD Girls, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Sure. I'm a founder of a company called ADHD Girls, and we have a dual mission to empower girls and women with ADHD to thrive in society and to improve neurodiversity understanding through an intersectional lens. So a lot of the work I do is through giving talks and presentations, trainings, in organizations to improve understanding of neurodiversity via an intersectional lens. And so that would be just looking at creating a safe and a safe place for neurodivergents to feel belong as well. So the aim that I have with every talk that I give is to go into the organization and help neurodivergents feel belong in that setting.
And I suppose this is a bit of a twofold question, really. But why? Can you tell us more about what a neurodivergent is, and why specifically is the focus on women?
Sure. So a neurodivergent is a person whose neurological development innately, from birth or through a life-changing circumstances like accident. It's when the person's neurological development diverges from what society considers as normal. So people who have that typical neurodevelopment, we call them neurotypicals, and people who diverge from that are neurodivergents. And so an example of common neurodiverse experience is ADHD, autism, Tourette syndrome, dyslexia, dyspraxia. I suppose they are the brain differences that society has not really catered for yet. In terms of like school place and education, workplaces. So a lot of the work I do is very much focused on shaking up the system, to create a space for neurodivergents to, be able to work, study and live in. And it is really through explaining the neurodiverse experience through a wide angle and introducing nuances in our experience, and also help people understand what certain traits mean, explaining the reason behind a behavior that you see. And my focus on women is because as a woman myself who was diagnosed later in life with ADHD at the age of 40, I knew what it was like, and my focus was very much about trying to understand what happened to me. And then, over time, people were really interested in really finding out what that is and sharing that knowledge with everyone. And I think that helped to promote validation and acceptance. Then you can move forward, for good.
And a lot of people have heard of ADHD. Maybe a lot of those people don't know the full understanding of it. Is the work that you do with businesses and communities, is it really about breaking down lots of stereotypes that are quite common?
Exactly. So my background is in science, and I was a cancer researcher. I did genetics and molecular biology. I had a real interest in genes and environment. Because of these, I really delved deep into what caused ADHD, what caused neurodivergence. It wasn't really just the genes that we inherit from our parents. It's also the things that happened to them and the previous generation. And then what happens to you when you are then, born in this environment, the nurture, the upbringing, you going into society from the time you get into school, through the college and university and, to the workplace. And then what happened in your life once you get, to a later stage. All these impact how we show up. And I think that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I wanted to, provide a more accurate representation of our story. And then through understanding the story, it enables humans to connect and foster like a sense of unity in society. And I think that helps those of us who have always felt like outsiders, feel belong in the end.
And when you do this work with your clients, with these businesses and communities, since you've started this, what are the sort of positive changes that you've seen that are most common that you find once you've sort of finished your work or project, whatever you might call it?
Yeah, so every time I go in to give a talk, I I do some surveys and polls. And so the feedback that we get is that it makes a very positive impact in creating a better understanding, not just for the neurodivergent who feel seen and understood and validated, but also for people who might not understand what this experience look like, and actually help them, want to extend a hand, and then so that we can all go into it together, and shake out the system and change things for the better for everyone.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your award, and thanks very much for speaking to us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really nice to be here.
Thank you.